Hello and welcome back. Today I've got a list of unpopular opinions I wanted to go through. And while I sit here and run my mouth, I'm going to turn you guys around so you can sit in traffic with me. Here we go. Alright, so number one, pineapple on pizza. Yes. I would say probably about 50% of the pizzas that I order, there's pineapple involved. And one of my favorite pizzas is pineapple, ham, and jalapeno. And I don't understand how people can't like pineapple on pizza. That just doesn't make sense to me. I've worked for a few different pizza places in my time, so I've enjoyed probably too much pizza, but at one point it's probably what kept my girlfriend and I alive when we were younger. Walking is better than driving. I like the freedom of driving. When I went to New York, I really felt the urge to live there for like a 6-month period and just enjoy being able to not have to get into a car and go places because you could walk and the subway basically took you anywhere. I guess that wouldn't necessarily be walking, that's still a mode of transportation, but still not having to have the responsibility of a car payment, car insurance, car maintenance, all that BS that comes with it. Let's see. Cereal is definitely a soup. That's the first time I've ever heard that. And it really puts things in perspective, because why wouldn't it? I don't think I'll ever refer to it as a soup, but I don't have a good argument for somebody that would claim it to be a soup. Why wouldn't it be? Toasters should have a cancel button. Not a lever you have to pull up manually. Agreed. Now I feel like our fancier toaster that we have in the office may have a cancel button, but maybe it's just a bagel button. I think that's it. I think it's just a bagel button. So I don't necessarily pull up on the lever to get my toast out, but I do turn it all the way back down to 0 and then the toast pops up. But that's really annoying, because then you have to reset to the right number each time, and every person that uses the toaster that's doing the same thing, I guess, kind of doesn't always put it on the same number. They just try to get their toast out before it gets too toasty. And that brings up the microwave. I hate it when people leave the microwave and it has time left on it. Why can't you just push cancel so that it's a fresh start for somebody else? Or push cancel so that the clock works again? The second movie in most trilogies is usually the best one. I disagree. I don't have any good examples of a second movie being the best. I think the first movie is always the best. Hotel pillows are always either too flat or too thick. There's no in between. I don't think I've ever had a pillow that was too thick. I think they're always too thin, or they're that type of material where when you lay down on them, the material just kind of disappears. It feels like, or looks like the pillow might be thicker or fluffier, and then when you lay on it, it just kind of sinks in and it feels like you don't have a pillow at all. It's not iced coffee if you just let hot coffee sit until it gets cold. Agreed. I hate cold coffee. I love piping hot coffee, especially in the mornings. Now, I do like iced coffee. I prefer frozen coffee. A Frappuccino from Starbucks, love those things. Extra caramel, can't get enough of it. But you give me coffee that's been sitting on the counter and that's how it got cold, nope. My coffee I drink while it's still steaming. I don't like it to get cool at all. I get in trouble because I leave I drink black coffee, but there's like more often on the weekends I will put creamer in my coffee, and I leave the creamer out on the counter, which is probably not the healthiest choice. And I also leave it by the coffee maker where it's a little bit warmer in that area. That way the creamer doesn't make the coffee cold. So I do get in a little bit of trouble for leaving the creamer out like that. Texting K instead of OK should be considered a personal attack. I don't care how people write. Everybody writes differently. And then on top of that, spell check is a real pain in the butt. But I have a really hard time not writing full sentences and not using punctuation when I know that a text should be just kind of short, sweet, and to the point, or maybe even an emoji. And I hate it when you're writing a text and then you want to use 2 emojis to follow up the text, and then 1 emoji goes to the bottom, and then you have to decide on which emoji is more important because you can't let it go to the bottom. There's no word before it when it goes to the bottom. So yeah, that's one of those things. People who don't use their turn signals should be banned from driving. And I think I use my turn signal out of instinct at this point. And there's that rare occasion when there's enough room and there's plenty of spacing between cars where like you wonder what it would be like not to use a turn signal, but then you're just so used to it that you're like, I'm just going to put my turn signal on because that's what we're supposed to do. And I've seen people not use their turn signal in that same condition, and I understand, but I don't know how they made that decision not to use the turn signal. It just baffles me. And while we're on turn signals, my turn signal, when I turn right, gets stuck. It doesn't stop clicking. So I have to manually, now you can hear my turn signal. It's gonna get stuck. But I don't know what's wrong with it. It's a newer vehicle, but the turn signal sticks only on the right. If I turn left, when I'm done with the turn, it clicks back in place. Alright, it's impossible to fold a fitted sheet properly. I've never successfully folded a fitted sheet, so there's that. I don't think it's possible. I should look up on YouTube to see if there's actually somebody that can fold a fitted sheet properly. It's probably not possible. Maybe that's what I should have started my YouTube channel as, is how to fold a fitted sheet properly, and then everybody that Googles it or YouTubes it I guess it's kind of the same thing at this point, right? When you Google something, you get a YouTube video as a response. But I don't know, maybe I'd get some traffic. Maybe I should do that video, get some traffic. Let's see. Sorry about the engine, it's getting a little louder. Traffic's starting to clear up. When the movie starts, your phone should already be in silent. No excuses. I 100% agree with that. In fact, I panic when I'm at the theater as soon as I sit down, thinking that I'm going to get a call. I also panic if we leave late and we don't get there on time, even though most of the theaters I go to has reserved seating. So I don't know why I'm afraid I'm not going to get my seat. It's going to be just fine. But yeah, turn your phone off. Boneless wings are just chicken nuggets, and that's okay. I refuse to get boneless wings, and I reference them as chicken nuggets also, but I don't think that boneless wings are good at all. I think there's too much crust around what little meat that they give you, and then they usually cook them wrong and they're too crunchy. My girlfriend gets boneless wings. I'm trying to break her of that bad habit, but hey, you like what you like. I don't. I like traditional wings. Not too long ago, I accidentally put in an order for boneless wings. My mistake. Didn't argue with the people when I got them. I just went to my truck, put another order in for traditional wings, and then I did take the boneless wings and give them to a coworker who enjoyed them. I don't know why. Chocolate ice cream is overrated, vanilla is superior. No, not true. Chocolate is the best. I don't know why you would order vanilla ice cream. My girlfriend orders vanilla ice cream or a vanilla shake. My son, same thing. I don't understand it. I feel like I'm wasting money when I pay for that. I feel like ice cream should only be flavored, and I understand that vanilla is a flavor, and I'm okay if it's like a swirl, like a chocolate and a vanilla. That's great, but why would you order just plain vanilla ice cream? It doesn't make sense. Summer is the worst season. Yes. Especially here in Las Vegas. It's so hot in the summer that you can't take your skin off. It's that hot. And then, God forbid, your air conditioner go out, and it's hard to get an HVAC guy out to come and look at it because so many air conditioners have gone out during that season. People who clap when the plane lands should not be trusted. I've experienced that a few times flying into Vegas. People seem to get really excited when they're landing in Vegas. Not so much when they're taking off. Most people, when they're leaving, don't seem to be in that great of a mood. But when they're coming in, they're excited, they're clapping. There's a lot of energy there, and I think it's kind of fun. I don't have a problem with the people clapping when the plane lands, but I don't think I've ever experienced, like on a flight landing in another state, people clapping. I think I've only experienced that coming home from another state. Toilet paper, toilet paper should roll over, not under. That is true. Anytime I find toilet paper that is rolling under, I correct the issue right away. I don't know if it's physically possible to use toilet paper that's going under. Cold pizza is better than reheated pizza. That might be true. I eat it both ways. There's some days, and I think it also depends on the pizza too. There's some days that when we've had pizza and there's leftovers, like I just want to go downstairs and have a cold piece of pizza. But it's usually the pizza that's got like a thick layer of cheese and then like a thick layer of sauce underneath that, so it kind of squirts out. I think that's my preference. And then like if it was a thinner pizza, I would probably reheat it. The best part of a road trip is the gas station snacks. I would say yes. I actually do not like to drive long distances. The longest distance I think that I've driven is to San Diego, and from Las Vegas to San Diego it's about 6 hours, I think, and I just get really bored in the vehicle. But if you give me some snacks, that usually keeps me busy for a little while. I will share a snack that I found on the last trip that I took, which is from 7-Eleven. They have the jalapeno cream cheese rollers, and then they have the buffalo chicken rollers. And if you take a bite out of both of those at the same time and create your new snack, it's amazing. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.